Hello and welcome to another update video about SUI. SUI. Here on this chart we have this long correction that started after a possible 5-wave move to the upside, into the March highs. We have this long correction. This chart reveals how difficult the last few months really were for altcoins. And I sometimes get asked questions like, do you trust this chart? And again, generally about altcoin charts, and I don't trust any altcoin chart. I mean, that's a given. I say that often enough, especially not a chart that has a very limited chart history like SUI. Now you might say, okay, but it has a decent chart history. No, it doesn't really. It started in October, not even a year ago, and that was the first rally, and that's now getting corrected. So this is now the stress test. Okay, this is actually where it can prove itself, where the bulls can prove that SUI is worth it from a chart point of view, because if it can't hold the October low, I mean, that's it, right? But ideally, it's not even going down that much. The main Fibonacci support levels that we're tracking are here. So, well, the next main level, I've reduced down the size of the box, which started a little higher just because otherwise you can't see the resistance area very well. But the main support level here that I'm tracking is always the 78.6 retracement. From experience, I can tell you, when it breaks and the price sustains below it, it will likely lead to invalidation. Now, of course, it could be, SUI could be one of the few that will recover, even if it breaks. That is, that's why we have some wiggle room below 53 cents. But the invalidation point, and that's formal invalidation, is at 36 cents. The current idea is this could be a 1-2 setup. I'm tracking that. But I'm not going to get very excited about this chart. Let me just tidy that up here until I see a first reversal signal, and we want to talk about how that could look like. So I've already highlighted here on the chart with a question mark that we might have bottomed here on Friday. Many coins could have bottomed, but let's be honest, there isn't really anything too different from what SUI did here. Okay, this was actually a proper reversal attempt, but the microstructure to the downside wasn't clear at all, and the wave count didn't look full. It now looks a bit better, but I can definitely make the case for another low. But to rule that out, or let's say to make that less likely that one more low, I need to see a 5-wave pattern, as highlighted here in yellow, which reaches the 161.8 Fib extension level of the initial 1-2 setup, basically the first rally and the higher low that followed. So I really need to see those 5 waves form. Whereas the third wave should get to the 1.38 extension at 79.8 cents, and the fifth wave to 83.5, which is the 1.618 extension. This needs to be reached. And if it's not, then this could easily just be a wave 4 corrective rally, where this box can also act as resistance. Really what's important is to get the 5 waves and to get those minimum Fib levels reached. If we don't even get there, and if we don't form 5 waves, I call that just a 4th wave corrective rally. Basically, that means while I'm watching for the yellow wave count, I don't expect the reversal until I see some evidence for it. And the first 5-wave move, even though there's a risk it will get stuck in the larger resistance box, but it could be then we could then call it a wave 1. We'll watch for that wave 2 pullback, and then I can give you a support area once these 5 waves have formed. But until I see a first 5-wave move, there is no reversal signal. Now, there is here, the last high that formed obviously here over the weekend and yesterday at 69.7 cents. I mean, that needs to break next. That needs to be broken next to the upside in order to get some upside momentum here in wave C in the white count. At least in that, or further upside continuation in the yellow wave count. But that's the key level that really needs to break next. And you could take the position that against yesterday's low, which formed here at around 61.2 cents, you might want to focus on higher. But it's just a formal invalidation point for a 1-2 setup to the upside now, right? With that wave 2 already possibly being in place. But yeah, generally it would be, let's say from an analysis point of view, we want to see at least that larger 5-wave pattern for confidence. That's my update about SUI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.